Hey there everybody, welcome back to Invest In. My name is Logan, and if you haven't heard in my other intros, I am an Airbnb superhost. My wife and I own and manage multiple Airbnb rentals and have done so for multiple years. As somebody with a good amount of experience on the platform now, I can attest to the fact that not everything goes smoothly. Generally, with the right systems in place, things are fine. But today, I'd like to talk to you about what to do, what we do, when we end up in a situation with a less than 5-star review. As I said, it doesn't happen often, but it's very good to be prepared in advance when it does. So, let's dive into the video, and I'll give you a couple examples, tell you what we did. Alright, so for the video today, we're going to go through 3 different examples, one from least severe all the way to most severe. And to start that off, what's less than a 5-star? A 4-star review. And granted, to some people, a 4-star review is still fine. A 4 out of 5 translates to an 8 out of 10. And most people would be okay staying at a property with an 8 out of 10. Some people just don't understand that a 5-star review on Airbnb or other platforms really is the only acceptable review unless something was truly bad. Now, what happened to us with this particular 4-star review was at one of our properties that has a hot tub, and the guest's 4-star review was actually very complimentary. They had no significant issues during their stay. They never expressed any concern to us. But in their 4-star review, they said that they were disappointed that the hot tub wasn't as hot as they wanted it to be, and that when they increased the temperature, it didn't seem to reflect that, which isn't entirely accurate. That was the initial grounds that I tried to use to fight the review with Airbnb, is that yes, it's set to 100. 100 is what the factory and the supplier recommends. And 100 is a very, comfortable setting. However, the guest felt like because it wasn't warmer than that, which some people do like it warmer than that they were not going to give a 5-star review, which is not a fair representation. However, in our house rules, we specifically say not to adjust the settings on the hot tub for safety reasons, for not damaging the hot tub or causing potential harm to future guests using the hot tub. It's a delicate chemical balance. It needs to be maintained. So, there are just certain settings like the maintenance cycling modes and the electrical modes that just simply shouldn't be monkeyed with. So again, in our house rules, we specifically say do not change the settings on the hot tub. You may use it, enjoy your time in it, turn on the jets, but don't change the settings. And so when we were able to show Airbnb with photo proof that they had trying to increase the temperature and change some of those hot tub settings, we were able to actually get Airbnb to remove their 4-star review on the grounds that they violated our house rules. Now, is this a technicality? Yeah, maybe it is. But it's a good lesson to impart to other hosts. There's no harm in having some common sense house rules. Don't skimp on the house rules.
Learn your rules. You better learn your rules.
If it's not documented, it can't be enforced. And in our case, we were worried about what potential damage could happen to the hot tub or could happen to future guests or cause us to, unnecessarily clean or drain the hot tub more than we normally do. And so it really ended up in a situation where, these guests were doing something they were not supposed to do, in that they were changing those settings, and Airbnb's policy is very clear. If a guest violates your house rules, you can have that review removed. So this obviously can be extended to you for more than just a hot tub situation. If you have a no smoking policy and the guest was smoking, that alone could be grounds to have their review removed. If they violate your house rules, it's gone. Moving on from the 4-star review example, we have also acquired a 3-star review in our time hosting. And again, it's very rare, but what had happened in this particular case, this was at a different property, and we very clearly explained to guests that we have outdoor security cameras. We have a security camera facing the backyard, facing the lake, insurance protection, property protection. We also have a front doorbell camera facing out to the street to, monitor comings and goings, monitor trash pickup, monitor snow removal, the like. There is no expectation for privacy outside, and that's something that we just simply could not communicate to the guests who had booked. We very clearly stated multiple places in our listing that we did have exterior security cameras, but the guests either didn't bother to read or couldn't be convinced of the fact that these outdoor security cameras did not infringe on their privacy. Nothing done outside, in view of others, should be considered to be private. We obviously do not have security cameras inside the home. It's a private, single family home. They're renting it. They have the whole home.
No, don't like that.
But we do very clearly say that we have these exterior security cameras. So when we got a 3-star review from them that said, we enjoyed our stay, however, we were very off-put by these security cameras, it was an invasion of privacy. No, it was not. We ended up talking to Airbnb about this, and while they are entitled to their opinion, and they can definitely express their opinion in their review, for instance, if they thought that the beds were too hard or soft, or, they didn't like the decor, they're more than welcome to say that, and they have the right to say that. But they cannot say that we were, invading their privacy, and that is so off-putting to a future guest, as a point of concern. So, once again, the review was removed on the grounds of it was clearly communicated. The cameras are there. It's a part of our house rules that we have these cameras for everybody's safety, security, property protection, you name it. All right, moving on from the 3-star review, I think I can honestly say that we've never gotten a 2-star review. That's a very strange category, but we have actually gotten a 1-star review. Now, bear in mind, we've been reviewed hundreds and hundreds of times over, 4 years across, multiple properties. This does not happen often. These are the exceptions that I've had to go back and research to make this video. But we did receive a 1-star review in the past, and it was actually for a very cut and dry situation. So what had happened in the case of this 1-star review is that we had a guest who simply wasn't able to come. They didn't want to cancel their reservation because they knew that they wouldn't get any money back. We have a firm cancellation policy set. They were trying to cancel about 3 or 4 days in advance of arrival, under the grounds that they had, number one, a family member who wasn't feeling very well, and so they didn't want to travel, and number two, that there was a possibility that there could be a snowstorm the weekend that they were coming. Both of which, unfortunately, are circumstances that are not in my control as a host. We cannot prepare the property for those situations. That just comes with traveling.
Don't ever, for any reason, do anything to anyone, for any reason, ever, no matter what.
Ultimately, they left a 1-star review because they felt that we were unreasonable in not providing a refund to them for circumstances that we were not obligated to provide a refund for. And this is something that even before communicating fully with the guest, our conversation was underway, I was already proactively reaching out to Airbnb to say, I have a feeling that these guests are going to be unhappy. They had made it clear that they were not coming. They had made it clear that they did not want to come or could not come, they felt. But it did not qualify for, a cancellation reason. It was just simply, as I mentioned, they weren't feeling well and there was a possibility of a snowstorm, both of which are beyond our control. So this review, when it came through as a 1-star review, was marked as a retaliatory review because they explicitly said in their review that we withheld their refund, that we would not give them a refund under their circumstances for requesting cancellation. This is obviously not acceptable behavior. You can't withhold a good review in exchange for a refund. That's extortion, at the end of the day. So they did not actually cancel. They knew that they wouldn't get their money back. Even if they did, it would have been too late. The review did not stick. It was deemed definitely retaliatory and it was removed. So there you have it. Obviously, as I mentioned, across hundreds and hundreds of reviews, there's bound to be a few bad apples, a few stinkers. Hopefully, as I mentioned, with good house rules, with strong communication, photo documentation of things if necessary, you can stay away from sub 5-star reviews. But in the event that you get them anyway, you'll know how to handle it. You'll know how to get them removed. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. I would love it if you'd smash the like button and subscribe to our channel. I'm going to recommend a video up here for how not to fail your health inspection. I have a full walkthrough on tips and tricks and things that the health inspector would look for that I think you'd like to check out as well. I'll see you in the next one.